Alright, what's going on, beautiful people out there on internet land? Welcome to this conversation. My name is Brando Linick, and I want to talk to you about how to actually start a business, sharing with you some principles, some critical information that can be applied in really any business. If you take it, run with it, it'll save you a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But specifically, the example I'm going to be using in this business model review is how to start a deli business, because it's very similar to retail businesses that I have started before in the past and restaurant businesses that I've been able to get around a lot of people who've been successful at it versus non-successful people at it. And I'll tell you the big difference between the two is knowing your overhead, alright, knowing how the work and the maintenance and all that stuff that's required to actually build and grow the business is really what determined a lot of people who've created successful delis, successful restaurants, and successful even retail outlets. And the first thing you got to know is with a deli, it really is like that simple. Okay, I'm not going to tell you it's simple meaning there's no work. Okay, that'd be a bunch of lies. There's work in every business, whether it's on the internet, off the internet, or some kind of side street business. There's work. You got to learn stuff. But with a deli business, okay, you got to keep in mind your overhead associated with a deli. You go to a Safeway, you go to a Walmart, you look at the delis there. Just look around and see what's operating. Typically, what you'll see when you're around a deli is meats. Alright, you'll see machinery, you'll see a couple of employees working at it. Now if you're dealing with your own deli shop, alright, which is not going to be in a Safeway or a Walmart, you're dealing with your own shop, your own butchery in a sense, alright, you're looking at typically having not contracts but really close relationships with local markets, local farmers. So farmers who have their own herd of cattle and pigs, alright, and chickens, and then you can get that meat and then you can get it at wholesale price. You can buy it from the farmers and then you can obviously start your own deli that way. There's a lot of different ways you can approach it, but that in essence is how you can get it going. So you build relationships with farmers or wholesalers with meats, and then you can start your own deli that way by buying wholesale meats and being able to offer it as your service and your product. Now, dealing with supplies, dealing with equipment, employees, I will tell you the stuff that goes with the territory of starting your own deli. If you've never dealt with it before, it can beat you up, alright? It can take a lot of time, energy, and effort out of your day to maintain and run a deli by yourself, and even with the help of an employee or two, it can do the exact same. So, you can start it as simple as that. Legalize it, make sure it's clean and sanitary. Obviously, inspection is going to have to be done on where you're operating. It's legal, it has to be done, alright? So you have to make sure that what you're dealing with is very sanitary, it's clean, and from that point on, once you get it up and off the ground, you can post ads on Craigslist, do some Facebook marketing, learn how to attract your audience to you, and post on social media, Instagram, and post just about your deli, what you're offering, giving out specials and so on and so forth to attract people to you. And that in a nutshell is how you can get it going. But like I said, dealing with supplies, dealing with equipment, all that stuff, managing and maintaining it, it can cut away from your day and doing what you want when you want. And if you're really looking at starting a deli business because you want to be your own boss, you want to create your own income, if that's what you're looking for, before you consider starting your own deli, alright? Before you head down that process of buying wholesale products, marketing it up retail price, and dealing with supplies and equipment, employees, before you deal with any of that and start a deli business, I've got a lead I want to throw your way. My story with this goes back a year ago. Alright, if you're looking at this to be your own boss and create your own income, you're going to want to know this, because a year ago I transitioned from dealing with this business model where I was dealing with supplies, equipment, outsourced employees and paying them more than I was getting paid, and I came across a person who wasn't dealing with supplies or equipment. They weren't dealing with employees, and they're making a high multiple six-figure income business on the internet. Now, is the internet the only way to go when it comes to building a business? No, that'd be a lie. Alright, but if you want to create a high profitable margin, alright, for your business, high profitable income, I guess you could say, whatever way you want to throw it, it's the same pitch and the same ball. If you want to create a high profitable business to be able to afford what you want to do when you want to do it, the internet is something you should seriously look into, because what happened to me was I started to model and copy what this person was doing. They're making more money every month than I was making in 2 whole years, building a business online without dealing with inventory, shipping and handling, or any of that stuff that I just mentioned that I won't repeat twice. And I started to model them. it was about 90 days in total, but in my first month I was able to create a full-time income business working part-time, walk away from corporate America working a job, walk away from my traditional business, and I worked my butt off during that time. I had to learn some things. Those are not average or typical results, but if you're looking at building a business because you want to be your own boss, that's what you're really looking for, to be able to afford what you want to do when you want to do it. Learn to build a business on the internet before you consider starting a traditional business like a deli business. It's the best thing you could do, hands down, and if it makes sense to you logically, where the internet does the heavy lifting for you, where you can use systems instead of dealing with supplies and equipment and employees, where you can use the internet that never turns off instead of having a storefront. If this makes sense to you from an opportunity standpoint, and you want to learn how to build a business online, in addition to this video, if you're willing to put in work, if you're willing to learn, alright, I can share with you, pardon me, that was a random cough, I can share with you what I've been able to do to create a full-time income business working part-time, how you can do this too. Obviously there's work required, you got to put in the work, you got to learn stuff, but if you're not afraid of that, connect with me on my site, check it out, it's 123marketingtips.com, I'll put a link in the description and I'll personally connect with you from there. I appreciate your time, it's been fun, and I look forward to seeing your success story. Take care, my friend.